Can you picture my prophecy? Stress in the city, the cops on top of me. The projects is full of bullets, though bodies is dropping. There ain't no stopping me. Constantly moving while making millions. Witnessing killings, leaving dead bodies in abandoned buildings. Can't reach the children cause they illin'. Addicted to killing and the appeal of the cat pilling. Without feeling, but when they last, so be blasted. Hard-headed bastard. Maybe he'll listen in this casket. Now how does that glorify thug life or gangsterism? I don't see how that does it. I don't understand how that can be, how you can say, you know, we're the cause of all this violence.
When people say Pac is the best rapper of all time, they don't just mean he's the best rapper. They just mean what he had to say was most potent, most relevant, and that he was the better human being. Tupac pulled from Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all the good speakers. Even though you was a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. It's like pouring those words out because you mean it. Pac's like, I gotta get this shit off my chest, whether it comes out or not. That's why he has stacks of poetry. That was his vent. That was his air. That was his oxygen. He came in there and said it, how he felt it. And he's gasping for air. He's got a joint in his hand. He's been smoking weed and cigarettes and Newports all night.
Every other record that came out that Tupac did, I did high and drunk in the studio while they was making the beat, like laying the beat down, you know? And that's why I be sounding hella sloppy, you know what I'm saying? But that song, it'd be like, fuck it. I feel as though, you know, niggas drunk and high when they listening to it.
Biggie Smalls, when they were friends before they became mortal enemies, said he went over to Tupac's house one day, and he said he went to visit him. Tupac went to the bathroom and came back. He said the man had written 2 raps.
And I be picking up the slack. It's time for Tupac now to grab the gat, rip the track. Cause it's all about making money, ain't a damn thing funny. What be up, sonny? I'll be like all in my business. Time to hit that shit. I'm ripping up the track cause I be down with the clicking, all my niggas in there.
Tupac Shakur was the hardest working man in hip-hop, hands down. His work proves that. Since he's died, more work's come out than before he was alive.
Rap singer Tupac Shakur was released on $50,000 bail today, accused of a sexual attack in a New York hotel. The singer was arrested Thursday night after a woman claimed that he and 3 other men overpowered her in a hotel suite.
Are you disappointed with fans?
Very disappointed, but they're going to support me.
Surrounded by bodyguards and attorneys, Tupac Shakur made his way into Manhattan criminal court. There, the 22-year-old rapper and 2 friends were charged with sodomy in the first degree. The allegations and charges stem from an incident last Thursday in which a woman claimed she was held down by the rap star as he and 2 others allegedly sodomized.
Technically, it's a rape case.
I wasn't convicted of no rape charge. My charge was sexual abuse, forcibly touching the buttocks. I didn't do nothing. I'm charged with being in concert with some guys. Where they at? It's not even about my trial no more. It's just about loud rap music, tattoo having thugs. Print the facts so everybody can sort it out. My life is ruined because nobody has a chance to get the facts. This would never have happened to anybody else. It would never have gone this far. For a girl, they have no evidence on me, and it's about to come out, and now my life is over. You know, this is a year later, a year after everybody in the world been thinking I'm a rapist and a sodomizer. After this, the whole world gonna owe me an apology, because I went through this and I ain't blow my brains out like Kurt Cobain. And I should, because this is some crazy, crazy, crazy madness. They shot me. Straight up. I just kept thinking, they really did shoot me. Until it happened. I really did believe that no black person would ever shoot me. I believed that I didn't have to fear my own community. You know, I was like, I represent them. I'm their ambassador to the world. They would never do me wrong.
Just hours after surgery, Tupac checked himself out of Bellevue Hospital against doctor's orders.
It was just time to leave. I didn't feel safe there. Just read everything over and read my reply, read their reply, read what people say. Everybody that was there knows what happened. I was there for the whole thing. No one else was there for the whole thing.
As soon as he comes out shot, me and my man, we try to sit him down. He called his mom. He asked my man if he could roll him a blunt. You know what I'm saying? We asked him if he's all right. He's just like, yeah, I'm all right. I don't know what's going on. It was just the total opposite. As soon as he came out, everybody ran towards him. It was nothing but love and concern. And I mean, everybody that was there was very supportive of him.
It's not important that other people know what happened to me. I just said it. Now that I said it, it's dead. You can believe me or not believe me. I did what I had to do.
After 2 days of incredible plot twists worthy of a Hollywood drama, Tupac Shakur has finally had one question answered. Tonight, the jury found him guilty of 3 counts of sexual abuse, but innocent on 6 other charges, including sodomy.
That's my style. That's my new style. That's my new style. That's my new style.
Judge said that ever since you become a star, that you've had one problem after another problem after another problem. And because of this, I'm going to give you this sentence. He was found guilty for what in New York is touching somebody.
I'm not guilty. People should look me in my eyes. They should look me in my eyes. And anybody that thinks I committed that rape should go get Brenda's Got a Baby and keep your head up and listen to him thoroughly. I have no patience for anybody that doubts me. None. At all. It's too hard out here. You know what I'm saying? If my people don't stand up for me, who is? I understand these white folks looking at me like that because they don't know me. They didn't hear keep your head up. That ain't no fluke. You know, keep your head up ain't no goddamn come up. I didn't do that for to be smiling in my face to say, oh, he's cool. I did that from my heart. So that if they do try to put a rape charge on me, my sisters could say he ain't about that. Now, if my sisters can't say that, you won't hear another keep your head up out my mouth. The person that supported me the most was my mother. When my mother got clean, we got real close again.
And even as a crack fiend, mama, you always was a black queen, mama. I finally understand for a woman it ain't easy trying to raise a man.
I don't blame her for anything. My mom's is a bomb. You know, world's best mom. That's my new posse, that's my new way of thinking, that's how we rolling in the 9-3. Thug life. When I'm saying thug, I mean not criminal, someone to beat you over the head. I mean the underdog. The person that had nothing succeeds, he's a thug. Because he overcame all obstacles. It doesn't have anything to do with the dictionary's version of thug. To me, thug is my pride. Not being someone that goes against the law, not being someone that takes, but being someone that has nothing. And that even though I have nothing and there's no home for me to go to, my head is up high. My chest is out, I walk tall, I talk loud, I'm being strong. To me, it's like, when I say I live the thug life, baby, I'm hopeless. One person might hear that and just like the way it sounds, you know what I'm saying? But I'm doing it for the kid that really lives a thug life and feels like it's hopeless. So when I say hopeless, and when I say when I say it like that, it's like I reach him. You understand? And even if when I reach him, it makes it look glorious to the guy that doesn't live that life, I mean, I can't help it, it's a fad, you know. He'll drop the thug life soon enough. But for the person that I was trying to reach, he'll pick it up, and I'll be able to talk to him again.
Rapper, actor, and sex abuse convict Tupac Shakur walked out of a New York jail last week, bailed out to the tune of $1.4 million by Suge Knight of Death Row Records, which has signed Shakur to a record deal.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochie screaming, fiending for money and alcohol, the life of a West Side player with cowards die and it's long ball. Only in Cali will we riot, not rally to live and die. In LA we wear chucks, not valleys. Yeah, that's right. Dressed in loafs and khaki suits and ride is what we do. Flossing but half caution, we collide with picture perfect. I paint a perfect picture, bomb the hoochies with precision. My intentions to get with you with that and double OP. Dog, my fucking homie, use a cold ass nigga on them all.
Shown up, I keep my hand on my gun, cause they got me on the run. Now I'm back in the courtroom, waiting on the outcome.
Me and Snoop represent the nucleus of the entire ghetto. Snoop represents the more calm, all legit, right by the book, no waves, let's get our business hand. I represent the hardcore, no holds barred, no prisoners, relentless thug, you know.
Hey, wonder how I live with 5 shots. Niggas is hard to kill on my block.
We both represent, you know what I mean? Both sides of the game. The calm one and the relentless one.
My nigga dogging me. Tell us all about Versace. Copy my style. 5 shots could drop me. I took it and smiled. Now I'm about to set the record straight. With my K, I'm still a dog that you love to hate. No song out here, boy. Grab the glass when you see Tupac. Call the cops when you see Tupac. Who shot me, but your pulse didn't finish. Now you about to feel the wrath of a minute. Nigga, we hit him up.
Everything happened so fast at that point.
West Coast.
But looking at things later, the East Coast, West Coast thing, it just got out of control. West Coast was Death Row. The East Coast was Bad Boy. Everybody thought it's a war for record sales and attention and all that. But to me, it was personal. I love the East Coast. I'm from the East Coast. But then I felt like Puffy and Biggie and all of them, they want to dirty up everything I worked for. So it made me come back more relentless. I'm mad at Biggie, I'm rushing the nigga. What's the problem? We ain't mad at the whole spot in New York, we just mad at certain people. I got this new project coming out along with some other brothers called One Nation. And it's like an East Coast, West Coast collaboration to kill this whole new vibe everybody want to be on about it being a war between the East Coast and the West Coast. Right. It's really just a problem with two rappers. And the East Coast, West Coast thing is something that the journalists and people are making just to get paid off it so it can drag out and everybody can have albums. They're perpetuating it so it can be drama. When it all go down, don't look at me and Biggie and be like, why is there a big East Coast, West Coast war when you're shooting this to 300 homes, 300 countries, telling them about an East Coast, West Coast war that they would never know exists. I want to say stop the violence. I want to say the violence ain't good.
Why can't you say that then?
Because that's not realistic. I know it's not good. If anybody speak up against violence, it'll be the brother that got shot 5 times. Mm-hmm. I got shot twice in my head, all up in... Trust me, violence ain't cool. And they know violence ain't cool. Ain't nobody out there with a gun saying it's cool to be shooting people. It's just, you know, it's certain situations where there is no way out. But there are situations where we can find a way out. But until we find that way out, we can't say not to live this lifestyle. Everybody getting food but us. So we don't want the gang violence to stop. So they can't ask me to tell them to stop the violence, because I can't tell nobody who's hungry what to do. Unless I'm ready to feed them, then I'll tell them what to do.
At approximately 9 p.m., security cameras at the MGM Grand captured Tupac, Suge Knight, and members of the death row entourage beating an alleged Southside Crip, Orlando Anderson.
Tupac, Suge, and others jumped Anderson, punching and kicking him to the ground. Terrified bystanders scattered as the group streamed into the casino, then out into the street.
Staring at the world through my rear view. Boy, baby, scream to God. He can't hear you. I can feel your heart beating fast. Guess it's time to die. Getting high, watching time fly.
Just after the Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon fight, Shakur, along with record company executive Marion Suge Knight, headed for a nightclub. But while stopping at this intersection, a car with 4 people pulled up and opened fire on Shakur and Knight.
Tupac Shakur was shot several times in the chest. The driver, his record producer, was grazed in the head.
He's returned to the intensive care unit tonight after another surgery, still listed in critical condition.
Week-long fans of Tupac have gathered here outside the hospital.
He's undergone 2 operations since coming here. He's had his right lung removed. He is intermittently conscious. Jesse Jackson's been here. Family continues to keep vigil, and despite early reports that his wounds were not life-threatening, people at the hospital here continue to tell us that he is in very serious condition.
At 4:03 this afternoon, Tupac Shakur was pronounced dead.
Who shot me? Shit, I don't know. Coming to grips with my past. It was hard. I don't feel like what I did was so evil. I just feel like the way I was living and my mentality was a part of my progression to be a man. But you grow, we all grow. We're made to grow. You either evolve or you disappear. I don't want to be forgotten. I'll always be a troublemaker to some people. But I still get love from my community.
I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as a brother instead of 2 distant strangers.
I owe them everything. That's what I owe everything, to the hood. I got love there. I got love from thugs and the street dudes. And that kind of focuses me back on what I should be doing. Lay out the real map on the world and how it is. The message is, young black males could do anything if you just give us a shot. Stop trying to beat us down. And to my homeboys, we need to be in control of ourselves. I'm not saying I'm gonna change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. So keep your head up. Do what you gotta do. And then inside of you, I'll be reborn.